Hey Freedom Family, I'm Mark, and I am so glad that you're here at _Freedom for Life _ where we give you the tools, the truth, and the knowledge to take you from where you're at to where you're called and created to be. And I am absolutely ready for today's conversation, because today we're going to talk about the one power move that you can have that's going to relieve stress, stop insecurity, and give you the ability to defeat everything standing in the way of life you're supposed to have. So let's get started, shall we? And as we're getting started today, could you do me a favor? Could you subscribe? Could you become part of the Freedom family and hit that notification bell so that you're part of every conversation that we're having? Have you ever been in that place where you expected to have a different result than what you're seeing? You're going along and things were supposed to be going in the right direction, but all of a sudden it's almost like you hit a wall. Whether it's trying to accomplish something at work, or you're trying to engage in a relationship in a positive way, or you have this thing that you're trying to build or you're trying to do, and all of a sudden things just aren't working. It sounds like things are going off the rails for you. Have you ever been in that place? When life is stressing you out, when insecurity is just building, when this anxiety is happening, right? Because everything seems to be falling apart, things aren't going right. There's this one success hack. It's really actually a two-parter, but I'll give you the first part right now. It's going to be a success hack that allows you to put your stress, your anxiety, your worry on pause. I don't know if you've ever been there, but I've been there in my life, right? When things aren't going right, all of a sudden there's this voice in my head that's telling me, oh, you're going to fail at this. You blew it. People are going to find out you're horrible. Or what are the things that you're hearing? I'm hearing them myself. When things aren't going right, for some reason, we're always focused on the bad. Right? I'm not thinking about all the things that are going right, but I have this magnification glass of my emotions showing this one area where everything is going bad. So the very first success hack that you're going to have, the thing that's going to be the power move on your part in order to be able to overcome the feelings that are telling you you're failing, the very first thing you do is this. You pause. I don't know what you need to do for it to happen. If you're stressed at your desk at work because you're overwhelmed with it, stand up and leave. Go to the restroom, stand aside, move away. If you're in a relationship where things aren't going right and you're feeling like we're just escalating into angry land, go to the restroom and wash your face. Walk around the block, step out of your house. What you need to do is pause from the situation, step up, step out, move away, breathe. And then you can engage in answers and ideas and understandings and strategies for getting from where you're at to the success that you're supposed to have. The very first thing you do as a strategy, the very first power move is this: move. Whatever it takes, move. Stand up if you're sitting, move away if you're standing, walk away into a restroom, splash water on your head, take a drink of water, go get a cup of coffee, take a deep breath. And pause. For all of us, myself included, there's always those voices that try and get in our head that tell us that this situation is going to turn out horribly, that this is the worst thing possible, this is the biggest tragedy that ever happened, this thing you can't recover from. Have you ever been there? I have. But when you pause, when you do that power move of stepping away, all of a sudden you disengage from the intensity of the emotion and you are able to engage in thoughts and reason and understanding and ideas and strategies, in you coming to the forefront with all the things that you're gifted in and your talents to be able to find solutions and get answers. So the very first thing to do is this: pause. The second thing for you to do is to ask a powerful question. And in fact, I'm going to tell you this, it is actually the most powerful question you can ever ask. It is the one that is going to change your direction. It's going to change your trajectory. It'll change your vision, your idea, and your understanding. It is this single question that if you use it, you will absolutely transform your thinking towards who you're created to be and away from the lies that you're hearing. And that question is this: what is the truth? The power question that you need to ask yourself after you've done your pause, after you've cleared your mind, after you've splashed water on your face, drank that coffee, took a walk around the block, is to say this: what is the truth? And I'm not talking about your truth or my truth, which is really no truth at all, or anything else. It's the truth. John 8:32 says this, you'll know the truth and the truth will make you free. Obviously, in the context of scripture, he's talking about knowing Jesus, but also being able to discern what the truth is, the truth in the situation you're in. As I said before, in my own life, when something is going wrong or there's an issue or a challenge that's happening, sometimes it can get magnified so that I think that that one thing is everything in my life. But when you're able to ask the question, what is the truth? You actually shrink the challenge into proper proportion to what it is. And you actually counteract the lies that keep wanting to tell you that everything is a catastrophe, a tragedy, it's not going to turn out well, nothing's going to go right. The way to overcome lies and destroy them in your life is to find out what's the truth. And so when you ask yourself the question, what's the truth? And you give yourself an honest answer, an honest ability to assess the truth of the situation you're in, you put it in the right perspective. And in having it in the right perspective, we give our mind the ability to focus on strategies and answers rather than obstacles and issues. And in that place, what used to be monstrous, this house-sized problem, all of a sudden becomes a small problem because that's what it was to begin with. As I've said before, and I'll say in your life again, you are the answer to the issues and the challenges you walk through. Sometimes there's a voice that wants to tell us that the issue is bigger than our ability to handle it, that this is the big thing that we're not going to be able to overcome, we're not going to succeed, we're not going to be able to turn around in our lives. That's an absolute lie. So ask that power question, what is the truth? The answer to that question gives you the ability to pivot your mindset, to focus your energy, your ideas, your intellect, your ability, and your gifting so that you can find the solutions. There is a solution to every challenge you're going to face. When you ask what the truth is, the solution will appear because you've given yourself the opportunity to find it. So 2 things, the power moves in your life. Take a pause. Whatever it looks like in your life, take a pause when stress is rising, when anxiety is happening, when insecurity is coming, when fear is just enveloping you. Whatever it means to take a pause, splash water, drink water, or go for a walk, whatever it takes, and then ask this question, what's the truth? You know the truth, and the truth will set you free to find solutions, answers, ideas, and the success that you're called and created to have. The power move and the power question so that you can live the power life. I'm Mark, and I am glad you're here at _Freedom for Life _ where we give you the tools, the truth, and the knowledge to take you from where you're at to where you're called and created to be. If you want to know more about how to have strategies in place for you to actually live out the success that you're created for rather than the lies that you feel like you're living, you need to be a part of our course. It's called Life Mastery. It's a step-by-step course that takes you from where you're at to where you're called and created to be. It's actually helping you to understand and discover who you're created to be so that you can have the life that you're created for and overcome everything that's standing in the way, including those lies. If you want to know more about an in-depth study where there's coaching and mentoring and an amazing amount of teaching for you, DM me down below. We have our Facebook and our Instagram accounts. Be a part of what we're doing there in our conversation so that you can have the life that you're created for. Hit the like button. Let us know that something here is resonating with you. Have a comment so that we know what conversations you want to have or where this conversation is helping you. What lie are you able to overcome? What truth are you believing? Put it down in the comments so we can all celebrate your journey together. And at the end of the day, if you do nothing else, dominate your day.